gonna go help somebody out. I see that. Got your whole setup with you.
This skit is a perfect example of what it's like to struggle with boundaries as a high-achieving woman. As a relational trauma therapist, I'm going to tell you why some of my clients experience this and what you can do about it. A lot of the times we experience this because we grew up in households where our time, our energy, and our efforts were at the dispense of other people, right? So you were the go-to in your family. You were the one that everybody asked and continues to ask for help and support. So now that you're aware that you have boundary issues, you still struggle to maintain the boundaries because you're not used to actually maintaining them, right? So you still know cognitively like, dang, I'm violating my boundary, but in your actions, you continue to do it because you don't know what else to do. This is the way that you've been moving your whole life. Not only that, you also garner praise, attention, and reward for violating your own boundaries and self-sacrificing. I personally call it self-abandonment. So what do? Number one, you decide that you're worth your own time, attention, energy, and resources. Number two, you decide that all of those things belong to you first and to others second. If you are a Christian, this is going to be especially difficult for you because we're often taught that we have to be at the dispense and the will of other people, right? Other people come before us. And that can be true, but what we forget is that even God had boundaries. For example, when we look in the Bible, we recognize that there are parameters to being saved, right? You have to believe in your heart, confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. That's how you become saved. God has boundaries. You have to decide what some of the prerequisites are to you being able to fulfill requests. As in, go through a checklist in your mind and ask yourself, have I taken care of my needs? Do I have any outstanding things that I need to do? If I support this person, will I be left out? And if any of those answers are not optimal, the answer is no. The next thing I want you to do is to take your time responding to people. Do not give a yes in the same moment the request is asked of you if you struggle with boundaries. Tell people, I'm going to think about that. Let me get back to you. Stop telling people yes before you've had time to evaluate your circumstances. Last but not least, I want you to revolutionize the way you think about boundaries. The reason why you don't maintain boundaries is because you think that boundaries are mean, that you're not supposed to, that they're disrespectful, and you think of them as punishment. In my Build Better Boundaries bootcamp, I teach girlies how to redefine their view of boundaries. They're not punishment. As a matter of fact, boundaries teach people how to love you better. If you do not show people your boundaries, you are putting yourself in a position not to be loved the best way possible. And guess what? People in your life want to love you, but they can't because you're not telling them how. If you want to grab my Build Better Boundaries bootcamp, click where, LINKS's go.